So we're gonna start.
Oh, yes. We're going to start like we haven't been talking for the past 5 minutes trying to figure out how to use the soundboard. So
Well,
we're professional.
if we hadn't recorded that, they wouldn't have known.
Oh, because there's a thing called editing.
Yeah, there's that.
Crap.
I think we should start.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
What is this, Ricky?
This is the Something About Nothing show with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And the man with the plan, Ricky Pope.
Thank you.
Oh, that was nice.
Hey, that was timing.
It was timing right there.
You think we planned that?
I know. I know. Awesome. Well, how is your week, sir?
Going really well. Really well. Working on my second project for my new employer. So it's only taken 4 weeks to get my second project started.
Yeah. Well, I saw the one you did before. I liked it.
Yeah,
So
well.
it was real professional.
Yeah, well,
Good.
they like it. They like me so far. So
Well, that's good. That's good. But the equipment that you had there, I don't think they really understood what was needed. So
well, maybe one day. They will definitely buy some new equipment, and the question just at this point is what level will that gear be?
yeah.
And I put out kind of a hefty quote.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, shoot for the moon, take what I get.
That's what I do, and I usually don't get a whole lot. So,
We shall see.
but that's
I
okay.
don't know.
No, I mean you're different. You have the charm. Me, I just have this.
How you do?
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, you can get away with that. If I ask for anything, I usually get something that. What happened there? That didn't work at all. But anyhow, wow, that was nice.
It helps when the sound cues actually work.
Well, it's funny. It's kind of odd. Oh, well, that's weird.
Is it not working at
Well,
all?
I don't know. Let's see. Let me try this again. Wow, that's weird.
Can you play the theme song again?
Let's see. Yeah, that's nice. And that one is, wow, that's a good one too. I really like that one.
Why are they not working?
Well, it's because somehow I don't know. Here, let's look at that. Let me try that one. But anyway, we got other things to do.
So how was your week?
That was pretty good. I pretty much been working on 5 projects that pretty much impossible to do because it's very vague and I haven't been given really good instructions on it.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
that's
that was
useful.
fun. But then, and then of course I have this whole thing where someone wants me to make a training video again that they asked me 8 months to do and decided not to do, and now I'm supposed to do it again. So, which is, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's what I'm telling myself. So, but besides
Keep
that,
telling yourself.
yeah. So anyway, that's what
You'll
I've been
be
working at.
great.
You'll be great. You be great. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be great because never mind.
None of your sounds are working.
Sounds are working. Let's see.
That's so annoying.
Let's see what this says.
They were working.
Oh
earlier.
my goodness!
What?
None of them.
Yes, you can.
That one can, but I can't.
yes, you can.
I can't. That.
Are they just really quiet?
No, it can't be. I mean, they all have the. See, everybody's upset.
Everybody's upset that your iPad's not working
and
right.
then, yeah.
Maybe you should just close the app and reopen it.
I should do. I should close the app and reopen it. So,
or the whole iPad or something. I don't know.
yeah,
this is what live production is like.
That's right. This is, I mean, like back in the 70s, the TV shows like Good Times, this was tape and form. Exactly. This was taped before a live studio audience. So it's going to be real.
Yeah.
Like the Carol Burnett show.
If it's funny, it's really going to be funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the Carol Burnett show. That was one of my favorite shows for one reason. Tim Conway and Harvey Korman.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. So
yep.
So I loved it.
They were great. Now see, we are live in front of a big brown dog.
Yeah, that's right.
And actually, I don't think the dog's even in here right now.
He got up and left because he got upset because I didn't know how to start the soundboard. So that's okay though.
Whatever works.
So I'm looking to see.
So I was gonna say,
go ahead.
the soundboard thing. I was gonna say, it was really cool sounding at first when you were like showing it to me earlier, and I
Yeah.
was thinking, dude, we could like promote this and they could be our sponsor. I'm not sure I want them to sponsor us now.
I don't think so either. Maybe that's
If
why
their
maybe that's
device
why
isn't
they
gonna
only
work.
had 2.5 stars, but I was just
Oh,
giving them a chance because I really like the product.
you liked the free version,
Yeah, but
then you paid for it.
yeah, I paid for it, and now they gave me nothing. Yeah, and let me, like, put, like, 24 sounds on there. You can't have just 24 sounds, and I'm not gonna do this thing like, "Okay, 24 this week, 24 that week."
Yeah.
So, anyway, well oh, excuse me. Well, so anyway, that's my life. That's how you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm embarrassed. That one person that's listening out there, I'm sorry. I don't even know. Let's see.
You suck, you jackass.
There
Hey,
we
that
go.
worked.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, at least
that
some of them work.
yeah. And that
Only
one
the
right
important ones.
only the important ones. That one right there is the top 10 list of soundboard sounds in my list.
Oh my gosh.
So, awesome. So, now we have that taken care of, I feel much better about myself. I have some self-esteem again, and if that equals self-esteem, wow.
So what kind of training videos are you gonna have to make?
Uh, Stuff like, the ones I was gonna make is for our faculty and our staff, like Windows 10. This is how you make a pin out of a program in your start menu, stuff like that people.
Ah,
Yeah, but also too, okay, like if you need to get to the portal, go to this blah 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 yakety smackety // .com and show them where to click and information and stuff like that.
gotcha.
But then
Some
also, some like stuff that they usually call us for, like
easy stuff.
easiest stuff. I can't log in. What am I supposed to do? Well, check the username. Oh, that's Bobby's username. That's right. Now put in yours. And your password. Ding. It works. That's right.
My computer doesn't work. Is it plugged in?
Did you reboot it?
Oh wait, we have a power outage.
That's right. That's right. So,
uh,
so I'm getting all of my
I love
stuff.
tech
And
support.
basically, I'm getting all my documentation from the IT crowd. So that's where I'm getting all that stuff.
RTFM, my friend.
Yeah,
RTFM.
yeah.
And if
So
you don't know what RTFM is, you can look that up later.
yeah, it's not nasty.
That's my favorite radio station.
Oh, I know.
RTFM.
I know. You like it?
I
You
do.
like-
Yeah.
Good. Good.
So what else is new?
Well, I mean, I've got some got some interesting news, but you'll
You
have to talk for a few minutes as I
okay?
pull it up because apparently I emailed it to myself from work.
Yeah. And then you
Uh,
forgot to open the
and
email.
then I forgot to open the email. So
Well, that happens. Well, okay. So I do have something new
yeah, go
that
ahead.
I'm kind of excited about. I'm at least excited to find out more about it. So Black Magic Designs. You know who Black Magic Designs
Mm-hmm.
is? Okay.
Yes, I do.
So they had this camera they called the Pocket Cinema camera for a long time. Little camera, did 1080, but you could do raw videos, great quality, cinema quality camera, but like mirrorless camera size.
Oh, nice.
So they have now brought out the new the new Pocket Cinema camera. I don't remember if it's called the Pocket Cinema Pro or if it's just the new one, but it will do 4K and
Nice.
it's still raw and it does lots of really cool things. But just like every other thing from Blackmagic, there's always some gotcha. I'm kind of waiting to see what it is. The number one gotcha I have already seen is it is the ugliest camera I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
It just looks stupid. It doesn't look like it's shaped correctly.
That's what my mom said about my head when I was born.
Oh,
But I there you go.
there you go. You have to trim those so they hit a little
yeah.
faster.
Well, it's just I was getting ready to push one that had nothing to do with what I just said. Um, hey, I'm a few bars as I get my cell phone and pretend like I'm still here getting my crunk on.
Okay, having email problems.
No, I have this stupid verification with Google that every time I do
Oh,
something,
oh
I have
yeah.
to like, okay, I'll say
2-part
okay.
verification.
Two-part verification. It's nice, but it's a pain in the butt.
Yes, yes, it is. Well, the Zuckerberg thing has been kind of interesting lately. The we got the Senate hearings, or the is it the Senate hearings with Zuckerberg? Um, Facebook taking all this crap about.
Yeah, I've been looking at photos of him. He doesn't look very. I don't think this is a gig. I mean, he's already pale, but if you've seen the guy, he's like a white sheet, like a ghost.
I know
I mean,
he
yeah.
does not fit in that crowd.
No, I mean, I
Him
think
in the suit and tie. It's like your little brother.
he's like the 12-year-old hacker that made it through like the FBI database just for fun, and he got caught and he don't know what to do. And he said, "I was just doing it for fun." And then the next thing you know, it's like, it's like, okay, I'm in front of all these adults with ties who basically can tell me whether or not I can actually spend, like, I don't know, 50 years in a federal prison or not.
Yep.
So, uh,
Well,
yeah,
I think the whole thing is. Oh, I get it. I get that people are a little upset, or well, are really upset. However, technically, he didn't break any laws.
no,
Facebook didn't break any laws.
no,
The guy that created the survey broke Facebook rules by giving the data to somebody else, because that's part of what they signed on for.
oh, really?
To
Yeah,
be able
that's
to
right.
do that kind of survey, to
Mhm.
get that kind of data, you had to agree to Facebook that I won't share this with anybody else. And they did.
Yeah.
So I want to know why that guy is not in front of somebody.
Yeah, that's odd. That's strange to me. You would think the person who actually committed the crime would be. I mean, it's like anything. Okay, so if I get a virus from somebody through Microsoft Windows, so I got a is Microsoft,
Microsoft's got to be at fault,
yeah. I
apparently.
mean, that's the logic to
That
me.
that is totally it, man. It's some rogue hacker in Kazakhstan
Yeah,
builds a virus, and it gets on my computer with Windows, and now it's got to be Microsoft's fault.
and that's funny. Anytime that has to do with anything like that, the last name of the country is Stan, Pakistan, um,
Stevestan,
Bandstand. Uh,
Tyrannosaurus Rex,
Dan,
Stan.
yeah. Pretty much I didn't prove my point at all in any of this, but that's okay. So,
So,
hey,
so you got some news?
hey, I got some news for you. Woo!
We don't have a theme song for the news?
You know what? You're just so hard on me. But that's okay.
Okay.
This is the Stupid News with your host, Mike Schilling and Ricky Pope. I don't know. That worked out okay, but
Yeah, that was
okay.
all right. We'll
right.
work on it.
We'll work on
Well,
it.
it's only the second time we've
Yeah.
had the
Well,
news
I've been, I'm still grieving the whole point. It didn't work.
that it didn't work the first
Yeah,
time.
especially
Yeah,
so. But anyway, in the news,
technology.
So in the news, in New York City, a man tried to smuggle songbirds into the U.S. using hair curlers.
Hair curler.
Let's read that again.
I was with you until you said hair curler.
That's right. New York City men tried to smuggle songbirds into the U.S. using hair curlers.
Were the birds inside the curler? I'm confused. Well, how exactly do you smuggle birds using hair? Because it says using hair curlers.
I'm glad you asked. 2 men were arrested Wednesday at JFK International Airport after federal authorities said that they tried to smuggle songbirds into the country by hiding them in hair curlers.
In hair curlers.
That's right.
Okay.
In hair curlers. That's right. If you look at the picture right here, which I wish we could show you right now, those little birdies are stuck inside. They basically, like those. Yeah,
Your bird. It's for your own good.
Yeah, exactly. They're actually in there.
Now,
I mean,
the next question I have is, did the men have the hair curlers in their hair?
That would have been awesome, but no, they did not.
Okay.
No,
Now that would have been
that would have
brilliant.
been awesome. Yes. Apparently, authorities said it revealed basically it was concealed in we said hair curlers, but which then was stashed in their socks. So not only the birds, not only the birds was in hair curlers, they are also stashed in their socks.
Oh
Now
my
I don't know
gosh.
how those things are gonna. I don't know. I mean, I think they have to have so much air
I would think.
and I'm not much for biology. I'm not the greatest scientific mind there is
Yeah.
out there, as you can probably tell me trying to use the soundboard. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think those birds, after a while, uh, you know, I think
All
they.
I'm just imagining, the all over body scanners, you got to hold your hands over your head.
Oh yeah,
I'm just imagining the video of that. Like
yeah. I mean, it
they
comes
hold their
through.
hands up and it comes through on the other screen. They're like, "Hey, why has he got extra bones on the outside of his body on his ankles?"
Well, well, well. I mean, you know how they have holes in those curlers. Of course.
Mhm.
Well, if you look at the
Yeah.
photo, there's feathers poking out of these
Oh my
holes.
gosh.
That's right. This
That's got
is
to be uncomfortable
well, yeah,
in your
especially.
sock.
Oh, I know. So anyway, yeah, I think so. Anyway, basically, you can't see this, but that's it right there. There's a sign behind him
That's
with the
redonkulous.
TSA saying "Live Birds."
How many are there?
That's a good question. I know that they ended up in for PETA lovers out there. They did take them out of the curlers and they put them in a very large cage for them until they could figure out what to do with the
What to
little
do
birdies.
with them? Oh my
But you're
gosh.
wondering why are they bringing them over? Well, okay. Apparently, of course, the U.S. Department of Agricultural they took the birds, of course,
Yeah.
and they both gentlemen have been released with $20,000 bond, awaiting a trial. If convicted, they can serve up to 20 years in prison.
For bringing birds into the United
Yeah, I would
States.
say they're bird brain.
Wah. Hey.
Thank you.
I didn't
Okay.
have to do that.
No.
I forgot. I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, and that's okay. No, it kind of helped me because thinking, man, they have a delay going on. But apparently, which I didn't know this, but according to U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services, people can enter what they call finches into singing contests,
Okay.
and a judge decides between the two birds which has the best voice. And
The singing
yeah,
finches.
and they said the winning bird can fetch up to $5,000.
Nice.
So basically, finches are available here in the U.S., and I always say buy American. Uh,
Hey, man.
but that's right. But these species of birds come from Ghana,
Okay.
and and basically, they believe to have better voices and
Huh.
therefore are worth more.
Fascinating.
So I mean, it's the entire. I
See,
mean,
we don't just tell you the stupid news, we inform you as well.
yes, we do.
We want to
And
make sure you learn something.
so just say no to bird trafficking.
Say no to
That was
bird trafficking.
yeah,
That's right.
that was a public announcement.
Yep.
So yeah. So anyway, so I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, so you got birds in the. It would have been really funny if accidentally the the luggage got swapped, and you got to a hotel, and you open
Some
them
guy
up,
opens it up.
and you got like 20 curls with birds in it. And you're going,
I'm just imagining Samuel Jackson standing in the middle of an airplane going, I want these mother effing birds on this mother effing plane.
that's right. Yeah, because he doesn't care if they're snakes or snails. He doesn't care because he's Samuel L. Jackson. Darn it. But another interesting thing, this is interesting. I came across it the other day, and it says marijuana eaten by mice, says Argentina police officers.
What? Wait, what?
Marijuana eaten by mice in Argentina.
Argentina. Now is this like there's random mice just eating marijuana, or is this like a science experiment?
Well, not exactly. Investigators they discovered that about 540 kilos, which is probably a
That's like 1,000 pounds.
yeah, it's a little 1,000 pounds of marijuana was missing from a police warehouse in Buenos Aires. So the city former police commissioner and a fellow officer told the judge in show the judge that the drugs were eaten by mice.
1,000 pounds of marijuana eaten
It's kind of
by
like when I
mice.
tell my teacher, well, the dog ate my homework.
Exactly.
It's the exact same thing.
I'm just thinking there are some mice stoned out of their brains.
I'm telling you what, they're
just some chilling mice with the munchies.
Right now, there must be like 1,000 mice out there who are like snacking on Doritos right now.
Exactly.
Getting the munchies. So forensics expert doubted the mice would see the drugs as food and would have probably died if they had eaten it. So the spokesperson for the judge said that according to the experts at Buenos Aires University, she said the mice wouldn't mistake the drug for food, and even if they did, a lot of corpse would have been found in the warehouse.
Oh my gosh!
Yes. The police officer will now testify in front of a judge on coming May 4th. The court decided that if the drugs are missing due to the expedience or neglect of the 6,000 kilogram haul of marijuana in the stores, I'm sorry, I'm going past here. There was a thing in here I thought.
So these guys, they're going prison.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go somewhere. Yeah.
I bet they don't give them as many years as the bird smugglers.
Probably not, because birds, I mean, come on, these are like singing birds.
I guess, yeah.
So it's a suspicion. They said the suspicion fell after authorities discovered that the commissioner, I'll leave his name out of it because I want to protect him, you know what I'm saying, did not sign the inventory for the impounded drugs when he left post in April 2017. So anyway, the former commissioner was also reported under investigation for not yet filing a sworn income statement for last year. So he's got that going for him also.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that's the law,
this is a
man.
disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah. And, this is another one. You know, drugs must be the big topic for today, or smuggling, that is.
Smuggling?
Yeah. This is one that actually is one of my favorites. A Florida woman blames cocaine in purse because of a windy day.
Wait, what?
Florida woman blames cocaine in her purse because of a windy day.
Now, if she lives in Oklahoma, I might give it to you. I might give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, probably so.
I've seen some weird stuff blowing across my yard before.
Yeah, I know a guy down the street. He told that to Walmart when like a 30-inch HD TV was in his pickup truck. The wind just blew and it landed on the back of my truck, and I can see that happening because they're making them so thin anymore. So,
but she put it in her purse, so
it flew.
It flew.
Yeah, I mean,
into her purse.
A Florida woman who was arrested last month on drug possession charges blamed the cocaine found in her purse on the wind. She was one of two.
Now, how much cocaine was it?
So far we
cocaine.
Sorry. No, that's okay. A little cream is fine.
Song.
Yes, I like that. Apparently,
good call. You knew it was cream.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I know. She was one of two passengers in a car that was swerving in the roadway when it was stopped by police officers. I don't know how that could be happening. According to the police report, an officer approached the car, smelled an odor of marijuana coming from the inside. And, you know, the wind, that's from the wind.
Yeah, that's from the wind.
It stirs up all the odors. I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
During the search of the car, the officer found cocaine and marijuana in separate bags inside a purse.
So they were in bags.
They're in bags. Yeah, separate bags. Yeah.
They just, the plastic bags blew in there first, and
in separate bags.
Then the cocaine blew in there.
Yeah, I mean,
just landed conveniently in the bag.
I mean, that's a lot of coincidence. I mean, that's a lot of, wow. That's like the perfect storm.
She should have just said the mice put it in there.
Yes, right. The mice are coming to eat it. So anyway, the bags were inside the purse, and that she had on her lap. When questioned about the drugs, she admitted that the marijuana was hers, and that's fine. The police said, but the cocaine was a different story. She stopped right then.
She said that she's cool with the marijuana.
I said, hey, the
hers.
marijuana. Hey, I understand. you know what? I'm a good citizen. I'm gonna admit to it, but the cocaine literally blows my mind how it got in there. Blow my mind. So anyhow, uh, so anyway, yeah. So I mean, she gave a little truth, and who knows? I don't know. The wind is, the wind is mysterious. So anyhow, so you know, when it was questioned about the drugs, she admitted that the marijuana was her. And of course, the cocaine was a different story. She said, "I don't know anything about the cocaine." She said, according to the report, "It's a windy day. It must have flown through the window into my purse while we were driving."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Okay, now that's even better. It's like, now if she had said, I was shopping and it must have blown into my purse while I was outside
Yeah.
before I got in the car. No, no, no. It blew into her car going 50 miles an hour down the highway
Well, I'm just gonna.
and landed
I know.
conveniently in her purse.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you give the person the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure the police did that. So let's see what happened in the end. Oh, she were booked in the county jail for a felony count of cocaine possession and a misdemeanor count of marijuana possession.
Imagine that.
Well, that's awesome. So I guess the moral of the stories is roll up your windows so wind doesn't bring cocaine and marijuana in your car.
There you go.
I mean, that's a life lesson to me.
Yep. I will never roll my windows down on a windy day again.
That's right, my friend. That is right. And that is stupid news.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So anyway, so that's the news. So
So you got anything else new?
uh, nothing new I can think of. I know we talked about this before. I read something about how the GoPro is going with a cheaper model now, a little brother.
Oh yeah, the Session, the little square one.
Actually, they call it the Hero.
Now the Hero's the bigger one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a stripped down version of the GoPro Hero 4 or 5.
Okay.
And it's stripped down. It doesn't the flame rates are a lot. I mean, basically they're talking about for $200 versus I think
The 5 or 600
yeah.
for the brand new one.
Yeah, so
Huh. I'd not checked out that.
that was something I recently saw on one of the tech news. Yeah. Well, maybe your GoPro Hero Session. Maybe
Yeah, the
that
Session.
session.
It's the little
Okay.
square one.
Huh.
Yeah, they're
I thought they were. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Versus the GoPro 5 Session. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it's a smaller version, and I wonder how much they're going for. Huh. But anyway, but I guess that's a new thing, trying to introduce a cheaper version. Uh, Basically, it's $199.
that's a whole lot cheaper.
Yes, yeah, the Hero 5 Session. So
Yeah, because I think the new one, the 6, just the Hero 6 Black,
yeah,
I think it's like $500.
I know it.
Yeah, those things are ridiculously
Yeah,
priced.
and I hear there's not much of a difference between the 5 and the 6.
There's really not.
I mean, there's not. I mean,
I
actually, I think
They're getting to a point where unless they come out with something ridiculously new,
yeah,
it's hard to justify buying the new one unless you don't have one at all.
a lot of people still like using the one before.
But the news station, I had a 3,
Yeah,
and I
and
used it all the time.
apparently, I mean,
It did 1080, and it looked good. And of course, we were only shooting anything in 1080.
yeah. Well, I mean, and looking at reading a lot of forums, people, they who bought the 5, they said,
Yeah.
I liked my 4 much better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Mm.
I know I have.
It's a slightly different form factor, I think.
Yeah, I have a 5. It's fine. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to though.
Yeah.
Because I was going to take it with me to, Saint Martin before it got blown away.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
now I've got, I was going to go underwater and see the dolphins and
Cool.
try to find Aquaman in Atlantis.
That'd be
I was really stoked about that. But then, you know, Hurricane Maria ruined my vacation and also wiped out a lot of people's homes. So, I mean, you got to
so
balance that.
yeah, yeah.
Balance that.
Yeah, it's bad for you, bad for them.
That's right.
It's the same.
It's about equal. Wow.
So, any good movies lately? Anything new you're watching or plan on going to?
Well, okay. I've been watching Doc Martin TV series, which
Doc Martin is interesting.
yeah,
I I n- I've never quite gotten into it
it's
totally, but I've watched a couple episodes, and it's kind of funny.
he's so awkward that it's funny to me. Of course, again, it's
So tell the people what Doc Martin is, because I happen to know because I'm that guy.
Doc Martin is this doctor who used to be a brilliant surgeon in London, and he ends up getting this blood phobia, and he can no longer perform surgeries. And and how he came with the blood phobia, you kind of find out later on in the shows and the series. But he's a doctor. He basically gets assigned to be a general practitioner in this little town by the sea. And of course,
Little country town,
little country town, and of course, all these people, like anything, like the whole, the townspeople are kind of nutty, you know,
like every British
like every
comedy.
British comedy. And here is Doc Martin, who is very straight laced. He's very OCD. He is he has the personality of basically of an iceberg. He is this, but it's hilarious how he interacts with people. He yells at his patients. He calls them stupid for not coming in. Uh, it's pretty hilarious. I mean, it reminds me of my dad. And so,
It's like
no,
House.
just
It's like House in a country town,
yeah,
but
exactly.
comedy.
But 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 he's not. He doesn't have the. Let's just say, at least House has flair to him.
There's no flair to Doc Martin.
Doc Martin
He's
is
just
very.
there.
He is just there, and it's funny because he is so clueless when it comes to social things. He is so clueless, and the whole town. I mean, they just kind of, hey Doc, and they're always coming to him about a matter of this or a matter of that. He says, make an appointment. And then he always, like, someone's not expecting him to come by, and they have, like, something growing out of their stomach, and he's like, "What is that right there? What is that right there? Oh my goodness, good. Oh," and next thing you know, they call the ambulance and they're taken off. But I know I enjoy it. When I first watched it for a while with my wife, it's kind of like, okay, without getting into it, you're going, oh come on, get a thought, Doc,
Yeah.
because he gets into this situation. And so, but later on, I come back to it and I watch it some more. So actually, they are working on I've seen season 8.
Now, is it still
It's
current?
still
It's
going. That's what
current?
I mean. They're actually working on. I don't know if it's season 8 or season 9, but I didn't know because I watched it on
Yeah, I didn't
Netflix.
realize it was current
Yeah,
either.
I watched it on Netflix, and when I was done with the Netflix, I'm going with the Netflix. I went, wait a minute, it doesn't end like this. What's going on? So I go to the Googles and I say, hey Google, Doc Martin. They're in the process of making what? Season 9? It's still out? How long has this thing been around? So anyway,
Very cool.
so, and of course, Netflix only made it up to
Yeah.
six. So I had to use some connections with my friend at the BBC, wink, wink, to get the other two that's not released in America yet.
Gotcha.
Um, but it was done on the up and up. Mm.
Oh,
So
I'm sure.
it was up and up, So anyway, and I'm sharing with people so that way, talking how great it is. So I mean, that's advertisement.
There you go. Well, I have I don't know why, but I've decided to get into a Simpsons kick.
Really?
Yes. And on FX, for some reason, for some
Yeah.
unknown reason, I don't understand why. FX, if you have cable, you can download their app and you can watch every Simpson episode ever.
And if you don't have that, you can go to www. Just kidding.
I have no clue
I have
what it
no.
is.
I'm just
I
being
just know it's
kidding.
the FX app.
Yeah.
But so I'm like on season 2 of The Simpsons, and I had forgotten how weird and
Oh, I
funny
know.
it was at the
I know.
beginning. I don't think it's nearly as good as it used to be.
No, I don't think so. I think it's funny because
It's still funny. It's just not the way it was.
I really wasn't into the Tracy Ullman deal because I know that's where it spun off
Yeah,
from.
yeah, yeah.
And and what's funny though, watching some of the on YouTube where they showed some of the stuff that was on the Tracy Ullman
Yeah, so
show.
the early stuff.
I thought, wow, that's kind of psychedelic compared, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, compared to what they ended up making on mainstream as a spinoff. So
Yeah,
that was
and
kind
even
of
if you look at season 1 and season 2, man, it's so much more refined now. Well, and it's obvious they're using some computer generated graphics to do the cartoon now, and instead of the old school hand drawing. But there's like 29 seasons.
there's a controversy now about The Simpsons. I don't know if you've been
The
reading about
Apu,
Apu.
yes,
Yeah, and they
which is interesting.
yeah, I mean, it has to do with the changing of the times and kind of the
Yep.
racial caricature of Boo, who was an Indian
Yeah.
man who works in a convenience store,
Yeah, I
and
read a
so
little blurb. I don't remember if it was from one of the creators or if it was just a general comment about it. It's like, so we're in season 29 and nobody's
yeah, I
cared
mean, I'm kind of
before.
up to this point. I said now. Well, I think it's funny too.
If it was wrong, it was wrong then.
Yeah, exactly. But what's funny about it too is that the biggest thing too is how in the show they addressed it, where you have Lisa and you have Mom, and they look at
Yes.
each other and make some comment
There's a
about,
photo.
yeah, it's like why would the photo be next to Lisa's bed? That would be like I don't know. I think that would be kind of an issue with the police. Um, but anyway, yeah. So anyway, the something about and they make some statement in some passing statement. And so I don't know, I can't I'm trying to find
Yeah.
a statement, but anyway, let's just say it was very minimal than what
Oh, yeah.
politically correct people wanted to have on there, and
Oh, yeah.
like I said, but I'm like you,
But that
okay.
show has always been politically incorrect.
Well, I mean,
And it didn't matter who they
no,
were
they
bashing. They
made fun of
bashed
everyone.
everybody.
Well, I mean, and what I don't understand, if you're in uproar about that, well, I don't see anything on the Family Guy.
Oh, Family Guy is horrible.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Family Guy.
I do
But
too.
it's horrible.
And that's
And by the way, it really makes me mad because Netflix only has like
I
the
know.
first 8 seasons of
Yeah.
Family Guy, and
Yeah.
I have to get Hulu to watch the rest of them.
Yeah, see,
Apparently,
that's the thing for me. It's like that is my guilty pleasure, and I can't tell anybody at church because I'll be, excommunicated. But it is so good.
It
It
is.
it touches the human. Basically, you have to look at they're making fun of everyone. So
Oh, yeah.
so eventually they're going to offend you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, so there you go.
Even when it offends me, I still think it's
I
funny.
still think it's funny. Yeah, and I think that's the way our world should be. We all hold hands and offend each other and be okay with it.
Yeah, it's loved by sarcasm.
That's right. That's how I got through the 90s. So anyhow, yeah, so I don't know where I came up with that, but anyhow. Um, so anything else? Anything else? Have I used up all our
I'm
time or
not.
just
I
okay,
mean,
good.
we could go a little longer or not, but I am super excited about Infinity War.
I was gonna let you touch on that. Um, oh, speaking of that, okay. I had
Yeah,
being the naughty Marvel fan that I am,
yeah.
I have not seen the Black Panther yet,
Oh, yeah.
so I need to watch it. But SNL did this parody, and I believe it's the guy from the Black Panther. They basically did Black Jeopardy.
Black Jeopardy. I saw that.
That was so good. The guy who played the Black Alex Trebek, he
Yeah,
did an awesome job. It was like,
he did.
and the guy who played the Black Panther, well, the guy who played, I think he was actually an African gentleman.
Yeah,
Was very prim. He was very proper. He had,
yeah. Was
and
it the actual actor for the movie?
that's what I think it is.
I don't know. I
can't.
didn't check it out.
Okay, someone told me that, but I'm just saying
You
that.
didn't research
So
it to
I didn't
make sure.
research. I don't research anything. I don't have time. Half of this stuff, I mean, really, if you think about it, is any of it true? Man, that's deep. That is real deep. So anyway, on the other,
It's still not playing.
no, I was looking at something else. Don't bother me right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Don't,
I thought you were trying to play a sound that
no,
wasn't playing.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2 things right now. I want to see Infinity War, but that's we're still a couple weeks out on that.
Yeah.
And Deadpool 2.
Oh man, that's something.
Have you seen the new? You're the guy who doesn't watch any trailers.
No, I do watch the trailers.
You do watch the trailers.
I do watch trailers.
Okay. Have you seen the new Deadpool trailer?
Yes.
He actually calls themselves X Factor.
Yeah, exactly. I do watch the trailers.
I'm excited for that because Cable, X Factor. I was a big X Factor fan back in the 90s when I collected comics.
Deadpool, not so much is a big deal, but when if you miss a movie and, like for instance, let's say you didn't see the last Thor, okay, the one that came out, and you see the Infinite War.
Infinity War.
And
I think you're gonna not be quite caught up.
Yeah, so the trailer can give up something because how they link to one another.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that deal. So, but we need to go see Deadpool. That needs to be something.
You and I can go see Deadpool because we can't take our kids.
Yeah, and then we can we can come back do a spoiler-free review.
There we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
That's right. And by that time, I'll be able to have my soundboard working.
I can probably do a spoiler free review right this minute.
Oh yeah.
It's funny, and there are lots of cussing.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's your spoiler.
That's your spoiler right now.
There will be lots of cussing.
I think if any of you are like...
There's lots of cussing in the trailer I watched last night. My wife was like, "What are you watching?" It's a trailer. I didn't expect it to be quite this way.
If you guys are like toy nerds out there, the Funko vinyl pops, the little figures they do, they have one as Deadpool as Bob Ross.
Oh, they did it.
Isn't that funny?
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So anyway.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool anyway. Well, I say, what time is it, my friend?
It's probably about time to wrap up.
Okay. Well, I guess, man, I don't know. I can't remember what we've talked about, but
I don't know. The time went fast.
So fast. And I hope someone out there actually learned something about nothing.
Hey, there you go.
I would have used my soundboard, but anyway. All right. Well, I'm Mike Schilling.
Can you play us out at least?
I am going to do. That's right. And this is Something About Nothing podcast. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening in. We hope we hear from you next time with a soundboard that actually works. Thank you.
And if you are listening, send us an email.
Thank you. With money.